All right, YouTube, welcome back. Welcome to my insights. All right. Today we're going to be looking at Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Okay. Those are the two charts we're going to be looking at today, and I'm going to give you my take on them. All right. Are they going to be together? Yeah, for right now. But long term, the answer is no. Okay. And so we're gonna have a conversation about that today. Um, First and foremost, welcome to the channel. If it's your first time here, this is what we do here. We talk about celebrities, celebrity relationships, what's going on in the world, individuals from an astrological perspective. Okay, that's what we do here. So no hard feelings. So this is how it is. All right, this is how we look at things. This is how we look at the world. We look at the world from an astrological perspective. So on this channel, that's the way I look at it. So and listen, you guys need clarity on what's going on. Look at my last video about astrology. Um, like I said, it's not a pseudoscience. It is real. So, and we're gonna take a look at stuff to make sure it's real. All right, from an astrological perspective. So, um, question is, hey, are they capable of being in a relationship? That's the question, right? Because if they're not capable of being in a relationship, then what's the point, right? They shouldn't even get in one. But they don't understand. They don't know that they're not capable of being in a relationship. They just do it. And then they come upon these pitfalls and go through these pitfalls, and they're like, damn, what the hell happened? So just, well, look, first of all, Travis Kelce, we don't have his birth time. All right. um I'm not about to rectify the chart to get his birth time either, because he's not paying me to do so. So therefore, I'm not going to do it. Okay. If you guys want to rectify the chart, get his birth time somehow, or maybe you know him, maybe he can give you the birth time, then all well and good. But we are going to put his time at 12 p.m. where the sun is high. So on it, with his chart, we're not going to be able to really tell whether or not he can really be in a relationship. But Taylor Swift, we got her birth time. We're good to go on her ass. So we can definitely see whether or not she is capable of sustaining a relationship, being in a relationship, and all that stuff. So, but that's what we want to look at. We also want to look at different, aspects, and also the major thing we want to look at with both of them uh, is the major astrological design. Um, we want to look at the aspects pertaining to both of them. So let's just take a look at that. Let's first look at Taylor Swift's chart, since we got her birth time. So if you guys got any programs at all, or you could just plug her stuff into some type of program, astrological program. Um, she was born on December 13th, 1989. Now, the time of birth that I have, okay, that's in the public view right now, is 5:17 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, Reading, Pennsylvania. So, look, if I'm wrong about the data that I have, hey, put it in the comment section. Let me know, and we'll do it all over again. But you gotta have his birth time. The time of birth matters, okay? Because of course we gotta calculate the house cuss. All right, house cuss matters. Everything matters in astrology, okay? That's just how it is. All right. Um, so we just want to make sure that everything, all the data is clean and cut. All right. Hopefully this is, but and what we have right now with that data, we got 25 degrees of Scorpio on the ascendant. All right. 25 of Taurus, of course, is on the descendant, which is a seventh house. All right. So, first thing I look at, of course, is I look at where our sun is. Of course, it's in the first house in Sag, um, at 21 degrees of Sagittarius. So that's where Sun is. All right. So knowing that info, okay, let's just take the aspects in effect. All right. It's all about interpretation, right, guys? It's all about interpretation. All right. It's not one astrologer, okay? Every astrologer is gonna have different interpretations on this stuff, okay? Everybody interprets everything differently, all right? It's just like the Bible, okay? Astrology is like the Bible, okay? Everybody is gonna interpret the Bible differently. Everyone is gonna interpret charts differently, okay? One astrologer is gonna have a different take on the way I do things. Okay, they're gonna have a different take on how they interpret things, how I interpret things. So we all have our interpretations, right? We all arrive at the same thing, though. All right, so that's just how it is. That brings up another point. One of the main reasons why I guess we haven't gotten on a public level in astrology is because we all can't come to one accord and be on one same path, okay? And operate as one impenetrable unit. We always got to have the individual this, individual that. So um, let's just all come together, all right, on one accord. Let's just look at the chart, all right? So if you are a beginner, like I said, you can always go to my classes. I will be doing classes in Atlanta at a location. So, and I'm going to announce that soon. So we just getting all the nuts and bolts together. We're going to put it all together and have a really good class. So if you guys want to attend the class and you're in Atlanta, by all means, you can sign up. So, but we're going to start from the ground up. All right. So now, again, so basically looking at her sun at 21 degrees of Sagittarius. Now, just looking at the aspects, okay? All right. Now we know that she has 25 degrees of Taurus on the seventh house, right? So now we all know the sun is at an inconjunct aspect to her seventh house cusp. Now we realize that relationships are going to be an adjustment to her. It's going to be an adjustment to the way she travels, to the way she to the way she does things in her life. All right. Now, one of the major aspects that I see she does have, she does have Mars at 26 degrees of Scorpio. All right. Yeah, that's in a it's in opposition of a seventh house cusp. Of course, it is a aspect that's past 1 degree. But it counts because it's almost like a chemtrail, okay? All right. We know it's not an approaching aspect. We know it's we know it's an aspect that's leaving that perfection, but she still gets a glimpse of it. She still gets that energy from that Mars, okay? So so of course, that Mars being in opposition of her seventh house cusp is going to create some tension within her relationships, okay? Of course, she's going to get into those arguments. Of course. All right. Because Mars rules anger, right? Mars rules arguments. So, of course, she's going to have those things happen. So, and also her anger in general, because it's right upon her ascendant, is right, is right in her first house. So, yeah, she has anger issues. It doesn't look like she got anger issues, does she? But they're there. But they activate within her emotions. Okay, that's what you got to realize. So she's not going to show that publicly. She's going to show that within the relationship. All right. So, but yeah, I mean, she has some really good stuff going on. She's really lucky at getting into relationships. The Juno, of course, is an asteroid. That represents the partnerships and experience of marriage. She has a nice little trine from Jupiter, which is in her eighth house at 7 degrees of Cancer, to Juno, which is at 8 degrees of Scorpio. So that's a nice little trine there, really nice trine. Unfortunately, with that trine, she does have a square with Venus. All right. Now, Venus, of course, rules love and all that good stuff. But that being, square to her Juno, Venus is at 1 degrees of Aquarius. With that being square to her Juno, Oh yeah, that's and squares, you know, you know what squares are, right? It's a restriction, okay? It's a restriction. Of course, we can get through those squares, but yeah, that's a point of alert, right? It is a little restrictive aspect. And then you got Venus, which is at an inconjunct to her moon in the eighth at 1 degrees of Cancer. So, um, yeah, I mean, she does have some really good aspects, but then she has some aspects that's not, that's ill dignified, that's debilitated, right? So we have to take all that stuff into account. But just kind of getting back to, why they may not be an item in the future is kind of obvious when we kind of go through the transits as well. So let's just take a look at Travis Kelce. Even though we don't have his birth time, we can still look at his astrological design, right? All right, so his sun is at 12 degrees of Libra. All right. Now, within this placement, he has Juno right by his sun at 14 degrees of Libra. Then he has Mars right by his sun at 10 degrees of Libra. All right, so we got a sandwich here. So, um, and we all know that Mars is combust. Okay, we all know Juno is combust because it's right by the sun. And when, of course, when a planet or asteroid is combust right by the sun, it's debilitated. All right. So yes, we got two people with some anger issues, and we all know when you got Mars by the sun, you got some anger issues. Okay, you have a temper. All right, so we got two people with tempers here. All right, so we all know that that's not going to work, right? Two people with tempers is not going to work. It's just how it is. It can't work, right? As soon as they get into a fight or argument, I'm telling you, it's going to be like war. Okay, so and this is just kind of looking at it from astrological perspective from their end on it. All right. So now his Venus is at 26 degrees of Scorpio, which is really nice. And that's the main point I want to talk about right now. You know, they have a sexual connection right now. That's mainly how it is right now. Okay. It's all sexual. All right. They have a really good sexual connection because and sexual intimacy. I mean, they just really just fucking right now. Really, be honest with you guys. I hate to say it. All right, just having sex right now. They're having really good sex though. I mean, it's really good. I mean, look, her Mars is at 26 degrees of Scorpio. His Venus is at 26 degrees of Scorpio. So you got a nice conjunction. I mean, damn, yeah, that's some good sex, right? That's really good sex because it just it's conceptualized physically, right? So they got really good sexual chemistry. The chemistry with them sexually is perfect, okay, as of right now. All right, it's perfect. Just immaculate, right? But that's the connection that they got right now. And unfortunately, it's not going to work for Taylor Swift because she's coming upon a very detrimental cycle when it comes to relationships. So, just the transits that she's about, the big transit that she's about to go into is very detrimental. It's just not fruitful when it comes to relationships. Of course, she's about to have Uranus go into her seventh house, and if you have been studying astrology for as long as I have been studying astrology, you will know how detrimental that is when Uranus goes into the seventh house. Okay, it is very detrimental. Um, I'm actually going through that cycle, so I can tell you from experience how detrimental it is. Um, Shout out to Jay-Z too, because he's gone through this particular cycle and he's came out okay on the other side. It's rough. It was rough, but shout out to Jay-Z and Beyonce because they actually went. Well, Jay-Z actually went through this cycle, but he actually really came out. He's still married and came out on the other side because it's not very fruitful when it comes to relationships. Of course, Uranus in Taurus, we all know that when Uranus is in Taurus, it is basically, you know, Uranus is in its fall. Okay, so we know that that's not good, is it? Uranus is in its fall in Taurus, so uh, just with that, it's not in a good place. It's a very debilitated state, right? So, and when it goes into the seventh house, of course, it's not really good for relationships. Uranus deals with a lot of infidelity, a lot of cheating. Of course, Neptune deals with cheating as well, but it is more detrimental when it is in the seventh house and it's in its fall. So, and then on top of that, it's going to pull up and be in opposition to the Mars. So it's just a lot. And then it's also it's going to be in conjunct her Sun. So more than likely, of course, and I'm calling it here, he's probably going to be, of course, he's going to probably cheat on her, or she's going to cheat on him. So it is not going to last, unfortunately, because she hasn't even started that cycle as of yet, and it's a very long cycle, so she's not going to be able to get married, unfortunately. But however, I do see now if she gets pregnant, I do kind of see that. Um, she did have a solar eclipse occur in her fifth house. Of course, that's the house of children. All right. So, and she has some other aspects that occurred too, and he has some stuff also occur that's dealing with children. So, more than likely, I mean, if anything pops, it'll probably be a child. She might get pregnant. Now she is prone to miscarriages, though. That's a big deal right here. She is prone to miscarriages, unfortunately. So, but she may possibly, if it's I haven't leapfrogged through time to look at it. She's not paying me, but she might keep it. I don't know, but I haven't looked at it. Remember, these people are not paying me, so I'm not I'm not diving too deep into it. But I will scratch the surface level and let you guys know what's going on. But yeah, right now, these two individuals, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, they have really good sexual chemistry. So they're just having fun right now. Really nice. Really good couple right now. I like to see people, who have good sexual chemistry and they're happy, and stuff like that. So it's really good. It's really good. I like to see it. I really do like to see it. So they are making headwinds right now. I can tell you that. Taylor Swift Juno is at 8 degrees of Scorpio, and that's trining his Jupiter at 9 degrees of Cancer. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, they both were born in 1989 anyway, but so they're both gonna have some trines going on. They're both gonna have some of the same energy because they was born in the same year. So some of those outer planets that move real slow, yeah, they're gonna have the same energy. So, but just a quick video. I don't want to drown it all out, but yeah, this is the reason why they're together right now. They got really good sexual chemistry. They're gonna keep it flowing and keep it moving. So, but more on that next time. Like and subscribe to my channel. And if you guys have any questions or comments, put it in the comments. Put it in the comment section, and so we can talk about it. All right, astrologically. And I'll see you guys on the next video.